Hello everyone. Spider-Man and I are here to welcome you all to Baptist Heritage, the Hybrid. This is a unique format for this particular course. It's never been offered before in a one-time hybrid, and never again will it have exactly this lineup of special guests and special features. I've worked hard to create a robust learning experience for you, and so it is my prayer and hope that we all benefit from the opportunity we have to learn Baptist heritage in a unique way. I want to spend a few minutes reviewing the syllabus, the requirements and expectations for the course, so that you will feel comfortable going in to this experience. So hang on just a moment, and here is the syllabus. All right, this is the fall 2020 syllabus for Baptist Heritage Hybrid. This is a very nice little photo in the background of a river baptism. And I know a church in Tennessee, Grace Baptist Church, Springfield, Tennessee. They're going to be conducting a river baptism on August the 30th. This is an annual event for them, and always a special experience. But it does give us the idea of an old-time classic river baptism in America, and baptism, of course, is a very important part of Baptist life. All right, I want to just review my contact information. The best way to reach me is by email, and you have on your syllabus my email address. Feel free to write at any time. I try very hard to respond within the first day or maybe two. The first of every semester is very busy, so it may take me a little longer than usual to respond, but please be patient. I do try very hard to respond promptly to all of my students. My phone number is available to you if you need to talk to me by phone. If you are on campus, I am in the Dodd Building, room number 105, and you are welcome to drop in. I am almost always in my office unless I am in the classroom, or perhaps I've gone over to the student center just to see what's going on. But I do enjoy connecting with students, so feel free to contact me whenever you need me. All right, we have a few books that are required. The main textbook is a relatively new book, 5 years old. That's relatively new in the business of history. The Baptist Story was written by 3 authors, and it's a short survey of Baptist history, and I hope that it will be beneficial to you. In your syllabus, you will find the reading schedule, so follow along and keep up. All right, there are 3 books that you'll be required to review, and the first one listed here is Calvinism, a Southern Baptist Dialogue, with 2 editors that have assembled a number of essays related to this topic. It is fairly dated, 2008. Much has happened in the Southern Baptist Convention regarding this topic since then, but it was either assign you 2 books or just this 1 book, and so I knew that you'd prefer to spend money on only 1 book, and so I went in that direction. But as we'll talk later, Dr. Steve Lemke and I will catch you up on more recent events in the SBC. Another book that you'll review is very recent, Removing the Stain of Racism from the Southern Baptist Convention. And this is a very contemporary, necessary topic for us to consider. It's subtitled Diverse African American and White Perspectives. Most of the authors of the essays are African American Southern Baptists. There are two white Southern Baptists that are involved, Danny Akin and Al Mohler. The third book to review is The Baptist Way by Stan Norman, who formerly was on faculty here at New Orleans Baptist Seminary. Now he is the president of Williams Baptist College in Arkansas. The Baptist Way, Distinctives of a Baptist Church. Again, another book that is dated, but the more recent book that I was aware of focused only on elder-led polity. And although I want to discuss that, I wanted to discuss other distinctives, and so I chose this book. It is a classic that I've used for several years for this course. All right, you can get these books and all of your textbooks from nobts.ecampus.com. And if you go to that website, follow the prompts, you can order your textbooks there this semester and every semester. Now, if you are viewing this this PowerPoint, you're already on Blackboard and are automatically enrolled onto Blackboard, and this is an important supplement. Actually, it will be the primary means of education during this semester, because this is essentially an internet class. The hybrid component comes during our two-day conference. So on Blackboard, you'll find course information, the syllabus, you'll find course documents, and this is the major area where you will find the different units and the PowerPoint lectures and testing features and so on and so forth. There will be a discussion board, and we'll talk about that in just a minute, and then the Grade Center. So Blackboard will be an important component of our class time together. All right, the first thing that I would like for you to do is to go to Blackboard and go to the discussion board. There you will have opportunity to share prayer requests, and very, very important is go to the introduction area and post an introduction of yourself. I'd like to know about your family. I'd like to know your background. Where are you living and working and ministering right now? What is your degree program and what are your ministry goals? And I like pictures. It helps me to connect with you when I can see you. So if you would post a picture, I would be very happy. While you're on the discussion board, you can meet your professor. All right, I have posted information about myself and several pictures about of myself, my wife, my family, my grandkids, and of course you want to see pictures of my grandkids, right? So there's quite a bit of information there, maybe more than you want to know, but you'll figure out that I really do like to connect with my students, and pictures are one way to do that. All right, I've already mentioned course documents on Blackboard. This is a very important place. On Blackboard, on the left margin, you'll see a link to the course documents. Once you're there, you will see 6 different units, and each unit has PowerPoint lectures that you will need to read through and study. There'll be bonus features as well, maps, charts, some video and audio occasionally, and so that's important as well. All right, there are study guides, and you'll need to look through the study guides to help you know how to focus your efforts toward your unit exams and your which will be taken care of on Blackboard. We'll talk about those in just a minute. And then you also will post your unit reading reports under each unit. Okay? Each unit is has a calendar setting, and it Each unit ends on a certain date at midnight at the end of that date. Okay, so Unit 1 is open right now, uh, but it will close at midnight at the end of September 14th. So before it closes, you need to complete your unit exam and your unit reading report. Okay, then you'll have 2 weeks before Unit 2 is due. Unit 3 is due October 26th. Look, there's 4 weeks there, but of course we have our two-day conference in the middle of that unit. And so you can see the other dates as you go along. All right, so be aware of these unit dates. You need to mark them in your calendar because you will have responsibilities due at the end of each unit. All right, a responsibility is the unit exam. There are 6 unit exams. They will cover information that you learn from your PowerPoint lectures and your textbook. You'll have 20 minutes online to take each exam. It's timed, but it does not shut down. Okay, and so the 20-minute timer is to hold you accountable because remember that the unit exam is closed book, closed notes, but open memory. All right, and so the 20 minutes is a way to assure me that you have not taken this exam while looking through your notes or looking through the textbook for the answers. Okay, I know that you would never do that, but you'd be surprised at those who might. And so this 20-minute timer is just a way to hold you accountable. Now, what happens if you go over the 20 minutes? It will continue to run, all right? And if you get down to the 20 minutes and you need just a little bit more time to answer that last question or maybe to review your answers, that's perfectly fine. All right, I will not question the timing unless it goes to 30 or 40 minutes. All right, and if it does, well then I may contact you with a question about why. Now, many times when you're taking the exam, well, some emergency occurs. Maybe the power goes out. Maybe your computer freezes up. And so you have to log out, log back in. Well, all that time, your timer is going to be running. And so if that happens, don't worry. Just simply let me know what happened. Okie doke. All right, the base value of every unit exam is 25 points. All right, but there are bonus questions that can increase the value of each exam. So the more questions there are, the more opportunity you have to earn points. And so don't be concerned about the extra questions. Just go ahead and answer them and be grateful for the opportunity to earn an extra point here or there. Now, let me tell you that the lowest exam grade will be dropped, okay? So if you forget one unit to take an exam, or if you have computer problems, maybe you've gone out of town for a D-Now or a revival. Maybe you go visit Grandma, and Grandma has dial-up, all right, and it won't work. You know, of course, these days, Grandma may have better tech than we do, right? But at any rate, if you, for some reason, do not get to take a unit exam, don't worry. That one will be dropped. Okay. If you're satisfied with your first 5 exam scores, well then you can exempt yourself from the 6th exam. All right. The reading reports. We're on the honor system here. You will you have pages to read in your textbook, and so at the end of the unit, you estimate the percentage of the reading that you have completed in 20% increments. The easiest way to do this is to read all of the assigned pages, okay? And then it's 100%, and that's easy. Now, if you didn't quite read everything, well then that's 80%. Or if you read 60%. There you go, and all the way down to 20%. And please read the textbook because you cannot learn all that I want you to know about Baptist Heritage just through the online PowerPoints. I want you to read the textbook to learn more. All right, at the end of the semester, you'll have an opportunity to post your bonus reading report. 5-point bonus will be awarded to every student who has completed all the assigned reading. All right, so when you get down to the end of the semester, let's say that Unit 2, Unit 4, you didn't quite get it all read, and so you had to post a 4. Well, you can catch up on the reading and still get your bonus reading report. Now, it won't, impact your earlier units, but nonetheless, this 5-point bonus will be awarded if you've completed all the assigned reading. Now, this is all or nothing. You can't get any points, any bonus points, if you didn't do all of the reading. And as I've said, the reading schedule is included in the syllabus. All right, so we've looked at the unit assignments, the exams, and the reading reports. Here are the written assignments, and there are 3 book reviews, and we've already talked some about the books that I've assigned for these reviews. Now, please do not be dismayed that Dr. Butler has given you 3 written assignments. Oh my! But normally for Baptist Heritage, I would assign a book review and a major research paper. And so these 3 book reviews will not have the total page count of regular assignments. But I wanted to assign these 3 books because they connect directly to our 2-day conference. And 2 of these books you will read and review and submit before the 2-day conference. The first one will be a Southern Baptist dialogue on Calvinism. The second book, I'm sorry, I should say that this book is, the review is due September 21st, so fairly early in the semester. Okay, shortly after that, the book on racism is due October the 5th, and that's just less than a week ahead of the 2-day conference. But both of these topics will be important for you to have reviewed before the conference. Now, the third book, Baptist Way, is not due until after the conference, but I didn't want to front load the assignments too much, and so I saved Baptist Way for later. Okay, 3 book reviews, and you see the due dates, and the parameters for the book reviews are listed in your syllabus. All right, now we come to the heart of this course. What makes this Baptist Heritage course unique, different from any other before or later, the 2-day conference. And so you are invited, in fact required, to come to the New Orleans campus. Many of you already live here, okay? But if you are taking this as a distance student, this gives you an opportunity to come to the campus. And we love to have our distant students on campus where we can greet you and make you feel comfortable and show you a good time in our city. Now let's talk about the conference. Again, the dates are October 9 and 10. That's a Friday and a Saturday. Let me emphasize again that attendance is required. If you're going to pass this class, you must attend the 2-day conference. All right, the dates, the times are Friday 1 to 9 and Saturday 8 to 5. And I've divided up these 2 days into 4 conferences. Friday afternoon from 1 to 5, we'll have a conference on Baptist distinctives. And our special guest is Dr. George Ross, who is the North American Mission Board representative here at New Orleans Seminary, and he is the one who teaches church planting and is planting a church right now. And so he's going to be speaking on how to plant a distinctively Baptist church. Okay, so that's the application for this conference. Also, he and I will talk about how to witness to Catholics because this is an important ministry in our particular ministry area. Okay, so I'm drawing some from classes that I have taught at churches in our area, and of course, Dr. Ross will be speaking from his great experience. All right, Friday dinner break, 5 to 6. That's a short time to eat the great New Orleans cuisine, but that's our break time. And then Friday night, Dr. Steve Lemke and I will have a dialogue ourselves about Calvinism in the Southern Baptist Convention. And as you know, this is a hot topic, and we need to discuss it and all of its implications. All right, so that's Friday. Saturday morning, the first conference is 8 a.m. to noon, Race Relations in the Southern Baptist Convention. We have a great lineup of men who will be forming a panel to discuss questions like what is the status of race relations in the SBC? What are next steps to take? All right, these guest speakers are Dr. Robert Wilson, who is on our faculty in the North Georgia Extension Center. He'll be joining us through technology. Dr. Paige Brooks, who is the pastor of an intercultural church here in town. Pastor Ricky Draper is the music pastor at my church, First Baptist New Orleans. And then Dr. Mark Johnson, who's pastor of Edgewater Baptist Church here in town, and he is our new faculty member, a professor of evangelism. And so these four men will be on a panel answering questions, and then Dr. Johnson will conclude with a message of hope. So a great conference Saturday morning. Then we have a lunch break for an hour, and then Saturday afternoon from 1 to 5 we'll close out with a conference on Baptist fault lines. I'll be leading that solo, and we'll talk about the conservative resurgence in the 80s. We'll talk about the reorganization of the Southern Baptist Convention in 1995, and then bringing it really up to date and looking at the future. We'll be looking at possible controversies in the future of the Southern Baptist Convention. All right, so we have a great two-day conference set up with 4 different topics for us to look at. I have really worked hard to bring this together, to create an event that will be meaningful, beneficial to you and your ministry. All right, as a response to the conference, each student will submit a 3-page reflection paper on one or more of the topics covered during the conference. You see the due date is October 19th. That is just a little over a week after the conference. It's worth up to 25 points. All right, and illustrating this assignment is a picture of your professor reflecting on a lighted text in a museum. My sister took that photo. All right, well, I have to put on my ugly face. Fortunately, you can't see it, but I need to talk about penalties because I do have expectations that you must meet. And the first is what I've already mentioned a couple of times. Attendance at the 2-day conference is required. No student who misses the conference can receive credit for this course. All right, unit assignments, the unit exams, and the reading reports must be submitted by the date of the unit completion. We've already looked at those dates, and I've already explained it's the midnight at the end of each date. If you miss completing an exam or submitting a report, do not ask me to reopen the exam or the report. I will not do it. Okay. But as I said, one unit exam will be dropped, and so if you miss one, then you won't have to fret over that one. All right, tardiness. I'm very serious about my expectation for promptness on written assignments. And so in this case, the book reviews will be assessed a 10% penalty if it is submitted after the deadline. All right, so that's each one is worth 60 points. And so you'll lose 6 points if it's late at all. If it's more than 5 days late, well, that's a 20% penalty or 12 points. After 1 week, oh my, I used to say that I would not accept a paper after a week, after a week, but I have relented, but I still deduct serious points if you are that late. I'm very serious about being on time with our work. I think that is an important discipline and it's an important stewardship. And so there you go. Plagiarism, let me just read it. A high standard of personal integrity is expected of all NOBTS students. Copying another person's work, submitting downloaded material without proper references, submitting material without properly citing the source, and submitting the same material for credit in more than one course. All right, that last is called self-plagiarism, and committing any other such forms of dishonesty. This is strictly forbidden, and the penalties are severe. Okay, so just be very careful not to plagiarize, and I know that each of you will want to exhibit this kind of personal integrity. All right, submission of assignments, as I've already said, unit tests and reading reports will be conducted on the Blackboard, and they're available under course documents and under each respective unit. Your book reviews and your reflection paper will be submitted under assignments. On the left margin of Blackboard, you'll find a link for assignments. Click on that and you'll have a place to post each one of your 4 written assignments. All right, the way that I grade my classes is by awarding different points for different tasks. If you do all of the reading for the semester, that's 30 points. Possibly even 35 points, but 30 points is the base. 5 tests times 25 is 125 points. Remember that those tests do have some bonus questions, a possibility to earn some extra points. 3 book reviews at 60 points each is 180 points, and the reflection paper is 25 points. All right, so 360 points total. Actually, you can score a few more points than that. Notice if you score between 334 points and 360 points, that's an A. For a B, it's 306 to 335. You see the numbers for the C and the D. If you score less than 215 points, well, that is a failing grade. Now, let me make a prediction right here. Half of you are going to make an A. Okay, half my students in every class make A's. Most of the other half are going to make B's. There'll be a few C's, a few D's, and if you want to make an F in my class, you have to work very hard. Okay, about the only way that students fail at my class is to not do their work, do it late, or to plagiarize. And so really, you will do well in this class. It's designed for you to learn and to benefit and to succeed. All right, well, emergency plan. Oh my word, this is 2020. And who knows what's going to happen in case of a hurricane or any other emergency like a coronavirus shutdown, whatever, murder hornets, who knows? what's going to happen this year. But at any rate, if there's an emergency, go to the seminary website for information related to the seminary. All right, and then you can check Blackboard for instructions related to this class. All right, we need to be praying for each other during this very trying year. Amen. All right, well, that's a review of Baptist Heritage. And if you have any questions or comments, well, now you have my email address. You're welcome to send those questions or comments to me. Or, of course, you can call or come by. All right, I hope you're feeling good about this class. I'm feeling great about this class. We've capped it out. Because of Mayor Cantrell's restrictions, I can only have 22 students in this classroom, even though it's the largest classroom on campus. Well, guess what? Every seat is taken, and you've got one of them. So I'm glad for you and glad for me, because I'm going to enjoy this class. I'm going to enjoy teaching you, connecting with you, and ministering to you on the internet throughout the semester. And I am especially looking forward to our two-day conference. All right, so remember what Spider-Man says, with great power comes great responsibility. So you've been blessed with an opportunity to learn. Make the most of it. All right? All right, blessings, everybody. God bless, and we'll be in touch very soon. Bye-bye now.